Hi there everyone, good morning, good afternoon, depending on whatever time you're checking in. I hope you're doing well. On to week 2 we go. I hope week 1 was okay for you. Kids, I hope the work was okay for you. I hope you managed all of that. Parents, keep it going. Alright, we're all in this together, okay? You're doing a great job. Keep up the good work, okay? I hope you've had a lovely weekend. And like I say, I hope last week was alright for you. And I hope you're ready for this week as well. It was a challenge for all of us, me included as well. But we've just got to keep it going, stay positive, and we'll get through this, all right? My challenge for this week and for today is to stop saying okay and all right as much. If you watch the last video back, I think I say hundreds of thousands of times, so I'm going to try to not to say okay and all right as much. And I'm going to try and add some little different things into the videos as well, so I might try and add some timers and things to make it a bit more tech savvy, but we'll just see how it goes, all right? Next, I love seeing all of your work on Seesaw. It was brilliant to see. All of your efforts were absolutely fantastic. Keep up the good work. Really, really good stuff. All right. For today, all you're going to need is a nice bit of space with some soft surroundings. Okay, so outside probably not best, but inside if you've got a nice carpet or a nice rug, that'll be perfect. Okay. Definitely not next to any TVs. We had a couple of injured TVs last week. We don't want the same again happening today, all right? A drink's always good to have as well for doing PE, so make sure you've got that handy as well. You're gonna need some pillows or some cushions, all right? So make sure you grab those as well. And you're gonna need something small to jump over, okay? And you might not be too sure what I mean by that, but we'll get onto that as the lesson goes on, okay? So hopefully, if the technology goes on my side today, there'll be a bit of a checklist sort of here of the things that you're going to need, okay? If not, I'm just going to be standing here doing a sort of sideways YMCA, but hopefully it goes in and it gives you a sort of checklist for you to go and get all of the things that you need, all right? Let's make a start. So hopefully the homework and the research that I've done over the weekend has worked, and you've got the sort of lesson objectives here as well, okay? But just in case it hasn't, to talk you through them, we're going to use basic techniques for jumping for height, we're going to use basic techniques for jumping for distance, and then we're going to establish a safe and a stable landing technique, okay? So today, all about jumping and landing, all right? So those are your learning objectives. If we can do those things, success. All right, so as you know, guys, okay, we need to get ourselves warmed up before we do anything in PE, okay? That gets our brains ready, that gets our bodies ready too. So this is the game we're going to play. It's a little simple game called hop and stop, all right? All you need is a nice space like I've got, all right? You need yourself, and that's it. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is you need to find yourself one little starting point, okay? That can be anywhere. All you're going to do is jump forward and hold your landing for 3 seconds, okay? So we're going to jump forward, land, and count 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go back to our starting point. If you've got a jumper or a cone, you might want to use some of these. I've got my cones ready here. So I'm going to put my starting point here. If you don't have cones, like I say, a jumper or anything else will do. So again, 2 feet, jump, 1, 2, 3. All right. We're not going to have as many sort of teaching points to this bit, parents, okay? We're just going to let the kids have a bit of a go at jumping and landing to get ourselves warmed up. In the main activities, we are going to talk more about what makes a successful jump, what makes a successful landing, okay? But for now, 2 feet, all right? Jump, 1, 2, 3, okay? Have a really good go at that, see what you like. Then your next activity is this, okay? We're going to go 2 feet, jump, land on 1 foot, 1, 2, 3. Give that one a go, okay? Back to your starting point, jump forward, go onto your other foot, okay? So right foot, then left foot, then back to right. Remember to hold your balances for 3 seconds, then go back to your starting point and have a go, all right? As I say, no teaching points. Let's just get moving, get ourselves warmed up. It's all about keeping your balance. Have a go, guys. All right, so hopefully you've enjoyed hop and stop. Just realised I said all right again. Hopefully you feel a bit more warmed up and a bit more lively. All right, we're going to move on to our main activity now, okay? We're going to have one game for jumping for height. We're going to have one game jumping for distance, and there's going to be lots of teaching points about what to do and what makes a successful jump, okay? Again, if the technology works, I'll put them all on the screen so you can have a look and sort of tick them off as you go to remember them, but I'll try and make it as simple as I can, all right? The first game we're going to do is jumping for height, okay? It's a game called Tower Jump. This is where you're going to need your soft space, so not outside, not on the tarmac, not on a path, all right? A nice soft carpet, a rug if you've got that, okay? If you haven't got that, you might just have to be a bit clever and a bit more conscious of how safely you're doing this activity, okay? So I've been on a bit of a hunt around school this morning and I found the most hideous pillows. Some of them aren't too bad, but this is what you're going to need, okay? So I've got 4. If you can get more, brilliant. If you can't get pillows, a folded up jumper, a folded up t-shirt, anything that's sort of soft that's not going to hurt if you fall onto it will be perfect, all right? This is how the game's going to work, okay? You're going to use your pillows to build your tower, but you've got to start off with 1. So, I've got my 1 pillow. All right, what I'll do is I'll just put the camera down just a touch. Just so it's a little bit easier to see for you guys, all right? So you get your pillow, you pop it down, all right? There's my tower, okay? I've got to jump over it 2 times before I put another pillow on. So, we're going to go 1, same as hop and stop, all right, and 2. If I can do that, brilliant stuff. I get my next pillow, I pop it on, and we'll go same again. We'll go 1, 2, fantastic, all right. We'll move it on next to number 3. And this is where it's really important we use things like pillows, okay? We definitely don't want to use things like chairs or anything else that's hard, because if it goes wrong, you can hurt yourself and we don't want that, all right? So again, we'll go 1, 2, start to get a bit harder, start to get a bit more out of breath. We'll go for 4 this time. See if we can do it. We need to get 2 times over. 1, 2, oh. Then you add another pillow on, all right? See how big you can go. If you knock it over, that's fine. Just pop them back. All right, so hopefully you've had a little go at tower jump, okay? I'm just going to talk you through some of the points that I would look for when I'm teaching this lesson from the children, so you can sort of tick them off too and help them achieve them, okay? So, first thing we need to do when we're jumping for height, okay, is we need to stand up nice and straight. We need to have our eyes looking forward, okay? So legs nice and straight, arms nice and straight too, okay? We need to crouch with our knees and we need to put our arms behind us, okay? So imagine we're skiing, if you've ever went skiing before, there's our skis, that's how we're looking, okay? So that's the first sort of step, okay? We need to push our legs and jump. At the same time, we're going to swing our arms forward, okay? So our legs are going to extend, our arms are going to come forward, okay? And we're going to use the toes of our feet to push forward, okay? At the same time as our jump. So we're going to go from here, we're going to jump. As you can see, I've swung my arms forward at the same time as the movement of my legs. And we need to bend our knees and our ankles when we land. Use both feet and keep your balance, okay? You might need to put your arms up to keep that. Let's watch again. Remember, use all of those teaching points, see if I do it, okay? So bend my knees, arms back, swing and push, hold my balance. There we go, all right. Those are the sort of things you need to look for jumping for height. If you want to have another go using those things, give it a go. See if you can beat your score. See if you can get a bigger tower. Have a go. Also, as well as those things, remember to bring your knees and your legs up as high as you can, okay? The higher your tower gets, the more difficult it's going to be to jump over. So you need to make sure your feet and your legs are out of the way. You don't want to hit your tower. So when you're jumping, okay, bringing your knees and your legs right up so that it's out of the way of your tower. Like that, okay? There's your next little tip. Give it a go. Okay, guys, so hopefully you've had a nice go at tower jump. All right, hopefully you've really improved your scores and you've took on the teaching points that we've talked about. Hopefully you've learned a bit more and you've had some fun as well, okay? That was our game for jumping for height. We're now going to look at jumping and landing for distance, okay? So as we talked about last week, height means we're going up. Distance means we're going forward, okay? For this game, you're going to need 2 objects. I've got a pool noodle snapped in half. If you've got one at home, brilliant, use that. If not, you know, a jumper, a skipping rope or any kind of rope, just to mark a bit of distance, will be fine, all right? So I'm just going to set my river up. Okay, this game is called Cross the River, and I've made my river here. So I've got my land on this side, okay? My river is in the middle, and I've got my land here as well. So the river bank, and the river in the middle, okay? So, all you got to do for this game is to see how wide you can make your river. Push yourself, challenge yourself, okay? So if you want to start off nice and easy to start with, that's alright, okay? All you got to do is start on this side, jump across, and get there, okay? Like I say, if your child finds that a bit easier, encourage them, push them, challenge them to make it a bit wider, a bit tougher, a bit more of a bigger jump, okay? So I'm going to do this one now. It's going to be a bit longer. Still made it, so you might want to push it a bit more. It's up to the child ultimately, it's their little challenge, it's their game. All you can do is push them and guide them into doing their personal best, okay? And that's what this is about, beating your personal best. Again, I'll put a sort of checklist up, hopefully, of the sort of teaching points that we're going to look for. But if not, I'm going to talk about them next, alright? But just have a go at that game first, see what you can do, see how it is. Alright guys, so hopefully you've enjoyed your little go across the river. I hope you've beat your personal scores and I hope you've had a bit of fun as well, alright? These are some things, parents and carers at home, that I would look for in a lesson, okay? That would sort of tick my box and say that they can do this, alright? My secret is I'm not bothered about who can jump the furthest. If you can, great, that's a bonus, but it's all about the technique, okay? And these are the things that we're going to look for. And hopefully, again, it sort of springs up on your screen so it makes it nice and simple. But we're going to break it down into 4 simple things, okay? Tall, swing, jump, stick, okay? And this is what it looks like in action, okay? So, the first point, tall, is we're going to stand feet shoulder width apart, push our chest out, chin up, we're going to stand nice and tall. If you can do that to start with, excellent. This is a good take-off position, okay? Next thing we need to do, alright, when we're thinking about being tall, is to bring our arms up and hold them up as high as we can. Make them as tall as possible, okay? Eyes need to be forward. You need to look directly forward. If you can focus on a point on the wall, excellent, okay? Next point is swing. So we need to swing our arms behind us and we need to bend our knees and push our waist and our bottoms out, okay? So again, that skiing position. So we're going from tall to swing, okay? That's how we should be looking, okay? So that's the first 2 points. Number 1, number 2. Arms out, knees bent, bums out, okay? That's the sort of thing we're looking for, all right? As we push, okay, same again. We're going to swing forward, we're going to extend our legs, and we're going to use our toes to push and jump off, all right? So that's part of our swing and our jump as well. So we're going to go swing and push to jump over our river, all right? For our landing, okay, for our stick, okay, we want contact with both feet on the floor, and we want to stick and balance. Try and hold your arms out, try and keep those knees and your ankles bent to hold it. It's no good if they're jumping over and they're falling over. It's all about being able to jump and stick. If they're finding it a bit tricky, that's fine. Make your river nice and small. There's nothing wrong with going back to basics, okay? So just a little jump, try and keep that balance. Then you can start to progress it, all right? You can have as many goes as you want, but just remember those things. Tall, swing, jump, stick. Give it a go. Alright, hopefully you're nice and tired. I know I am. Alright, hopefully you've had some fun as well. And hopefully you've really ticked off some of those things that I would be looking for in a normal PE lesson, okay? Tall, swing, jump, stick. Rewind it back if you need to, have another go. But those are things that would make it a successful lesson, alright? As usual, we're going to move on to the Beat the Teacher Challenge, okay? It's called the Speed Bounce Challenge. All you're going to need is something to jump over. Now luckily I've got a pool noodle, so I'm going to use that, alright, but if you've got a cushion that you want to use, a cone, something small. If you're not sure, just skip forward a bit so you can see what the challenge is. I'm going to talk through it now, but all you need is that and a bit of space, okay? So, here's how it's going to work. You need to pop your object in the middle, and what I'll do is I'll just pop the camera down just a touch, just so you can see it a bit clearer. There we go, alright. So how it works is you get 1 point for every time you can jump over your object, okay? But the rules are your feet need to stay together all of the time. So I'm going to have 1 minute, well not me, because we're going to have a special guest up next, setting the score, alright. You get 1 point every time you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the idea is we're going to go nice and quick. It's speed bounce, okay? You're going to have 1 minute to try and beat the score, alright? I'm going to put that next clip on now so you know what the score is. Hopefully you try and beat that score, alright? It is hard work, it is tiring. Have a good go, get people at home involved as well. See who can beat the teacher. So we have our special guest to do our Beat the Teacher challenge this week. We have Mr. McMurtry. Say hello, Mr. McMurtry.
Hello.
So, I've explained, Mr. McMurtry has 1 minute to do as many speed bounces as he can. Alright, that's the Beat the Teacher score for this week. Mr. McMurtry, you have 1 minute.
Right.
If you want to stop the trial at any point, you can say, I'm a celebrity, get me out here.
Okay.
And we'll stop it immediately. Alright, we're going to
Have we got a glass of water and some emergency
We've got
oxygen?
water, we've got oxygen, we've got Bob on standby just
Excellent.
in case. We're good to go. So 1 point every time Mr. McMurtry jumps over our pool noodle. You can count along if you want to too. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 40. 60. This is the longest minute that I think.
20 seconds to go.
No way! So damn it. How many's that?
I've lost
Lots.
count. We'll count at the end. We'll watch it back.
Still going?
That's 5 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2.
And
One.
that is time. Fantastic. Were you counting? Because I wasn't. So, that is our Beat the Teacher challenge for this week. I'll count back and see if we know what the score was. As you can see, it is tiring, it is hard work, so have some water,
I'm all
ready.
right.
Have some oxygen ready if you need it as well, okay? Give it a go, see if you can beat the teacher.
Good luck.
Everyone, that brings us to the end of our lesson today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've had a nice day too. Just a couple of things before we finish off. All right, parents, carers, if you've got Twitter, follow this account here. Okay, that's where I'll post any updates if you need to know of them. Remember to upload all of your work for me to see. Okay, it's great to see all of your really smiley faces taking part in these activities. It's really, really good. Stay safe, guys. Stay active. All right, and I'll see you next week. Bye.